These are my kuta pajamas that I wear to more formal events when I'm in India and at the ashrams here in the US. Because today we're going to be discussing in chapter 22, the East meets West recovery. What is the use of a book, thought Alice, without pictures or conversations? Lewis Carroll, Alice in Wonderland. Modern technology and science is tremendous. It continues to evolve and improve and is certainly progressive. 20 years ago, a doctor who theorized that damaged brain neurons could be reconditioned was practically laughed out of the medical field. He's having the last laugh now, as they now know that neurons can indeed heal and be retaught. As progressive and essential as modern medicine is, it is still driven by corporate mentalities and greed, as all industries are. I've already spent many words expressing some of the deficiencies and defects in modern Western medicine and science, so I'll avoid the redundancy. This section is going to review the role Eastern practices can have in recovery. The terms Western and Eastern infer symptomatic and holistic treatments respectively. The Western approach looks at the living organism as a set of symptoms or features, and the Eastern approach looks at the living organism as a system of relationships which all affect each other by either deterring or enhancing their function. Today, the majority of Eastern practices have been Westernized, meaning they have been scientifically convoluted to much less than what they were when they were initially discovered and propagated by ancients. There are two theories as to how these ancients came upon these methods. A, they were forced to live in harmonious respect with their environment simply to survive and to have a chance. Through trial and error and experimentation, they found natural processes that worked, which were documented and handed down through generations to preserve and keep them. Or B, this knowledge is an eternal knowledge. It exists beyond the concept of space or time and was accessed by enlightened persons. Then they shared this knowledge with humanity. Examples of these personalities include Buddha, Christ, Lao Tzu, and too many others to be named or tracked. Eventually, these traditions deteriorated in quantity and quality, destroyed or lost over time, making what remains incomplete. It's likely that some of the Eastern treatments available today are identical to the originals from thousands of years ago. Others have been changed and modified. Some have been ruined and some are long gone and lost. We need to be cautious as we approach and consider these treatments, as with Western medicine. When a doctor prescribes me a pill or recommends a treatment, I do my research. Sorry, but your medical degree is not synonymous with being infallible. Same with Eastern treatments. Do your homework before applying any treatment. This section explores Eastern, New Age, and holistic options and sheds light on them so you can delve deeper or reject them. It's up to you. I personally utilize a hybridized Eastern-Western approach to treatment and wellness strategies. When I had torn cartilage in my knee, I had surgery, Western, but I also combined that surgery with yoga, meditation, and herbs, Eastern, that were appropriate for the specific task at hand. I would not rely on surgery alone to alleviate my issue, nor would I try to meditate away my knee injury. Putting them together gave me tremendous results that far exceeded both Eastern and Western expectations. Neurologists at UCLA have been mystified by my brain injury recovery progress, and so have the holistics. I'm a little blown away too, but I'm sticking with what's working. Western meds or practices done wrong can kill you. There are indeed risks and even dangers with misapplied Eastern practices, but only a well-trained master would even know of these things or have the skill to apply them. Let's explore some of the fundamentals of holistic wellness and then go over some of the Eastern cautions. Go to projectaddiction.com for basic instructions on the three main paths presented below to assist in recovery. Meditation, dhyan. By easing anxieties, fears, and tensions, we achieve a much higher state of wellness. The effects a healthy mind has on the neurochemistry of the body and vice versa is documented and factual. Mental agitation affects your nerves, organs, and tissues in adverse ways, causing physical tension and digestion issues, to say the least. Therefore, a peaceful state of mind is conducive to a healthier physiology as well. If we are in optimum physical health, we feel mentally and emotionally good, positive and competent too. So the reverse is true too. There is an endless supply of meditation techniques and instructions. While some of them can be truly toxic, many of them are a waste of time, which in my opinion is toxic. If you are a beginner, you can access basic meditation instructions on the internet or in books. I have posted a section of instructions on the projectaddiction.com website as well. Breathing, pranayama. Breathing exercises are called pranayama and are done to relax and ease tension within the body and mind while simultaneously providing copious amounts of life-giving and healing oxygen to your physiology down to the cellular level. Breathing properly is vital to wellness, and with some basic instructions, we can improve it. Instructions for yogic breathing are easily accessed by internet, and I have posted instructions at the projectaddiction.com website. Yoga, asanas. Yoga actually covers the entire spectrum of breathing, meditation, and asanas. But in the West, we've been conditioned to view the term yoga as the physical practice only. Yoga asanas, i.e. postures, harmonizes the physical body with the subtle body, also known as the energy body. Yoga asanas are not just physically healthy. They stimulate your nervous system, mind, and your entire system in ways that conventional exercises cannot. There are vast amounts of websites, books, and programs to look into, so we won't go into that actual asanas here. Start with the basics and work up to wherever you have time and desire to do. If not awkward or uncomfortable, practice some of the breathing techniques while doing asanas. It will enhance the benefits tenfold. Try to isolate your thinking and mind while doing breathing or postures and focus as exclusively as possible on the actual actions. Benefits of true yoga. A vast amount of clarity can be experienced with even basic practices. The benefits are exponential. As you gain more experience, the better you get at it, the more intense the benefits. Yoga practices aid in the removal of toxic chemistry, energy, thinking, emotions, and any and all facets of your existence. These practices can give recovery a well-needed boost. Acupuncture. Acupuncture is derived from Ayurveda. The origins of acupuncture are found in the branch of Ayurveda called Marma. The holistic approach is integral here. The entire human organism is regulated by the flow of bioenergies that have channels on which they flow, like blood through veins and vessels, and have junctions at which they join and cross over, called meridians in acupuncture or marmas in Ayurveda. Drug use and addictive thinking disrupt this flow of these energies. Acupuncture and marmas are the sciences and practices of restoring or establishing the proper as near to perfect flow. I have had completely equal results concerning back issues from chiropractors and acupuncturists alike, but got tremendous results when I combined both. Herbology. The herb movement is driven by an insight that nature, God, has provided us with absolutely everything we need, and all we lack is the understanding to apply it. Ayurveda has existed since time immemorial and is recognized as an original human instruction manual. If we can learn to apply Ayurveda where and when and how it should be applied, it reveals that nature already provides all needed medicines with zero side effects. Herbology is the original chemistry. Some of my own recommended herbs for recovery: ashwagandha, ginger, soy, B-complex vitamins, especially B12, sesame oil, St. John's wort, glucosamine, ginkgo, echinacea, GABA, turmeric. I get many of these at my local juice smoothie joint. I can indulge in an acai smoothie with a boost of my choice, power, energy, and antioxidant, etc. Tasty and medicinal. The remaining ones are purchased online or at nearby Indian markets that sell everything from Indian spices and candy to Ayurvedic supplements and medicines. I don't take them all daily. That'd be too costly and I'd be constantly full. I alternate supplements and take specific ones for certain conditions, needs, or symptoms. Herbs and other natural supplements need to be researched. As always, you cannot simply go by the obvious truths that anything natural is healthy. I mean, peanuts are healthy, right? Unless you're allergic to them. It is not enough to simply read what an herb or supplement supposedly does and see if it applies to the issue you have or the benefit you need. Like the peanut allergy, your personal constitution and body type needs to be considered. Some things have more latitude than others. Ayurveda. Ayurveda means science of long, healthy living in Sanskrit. It is a complete, thorough set of instructions and manuals for health, treatments, and cures. This collection of texts provides detailed instructions to treat, sustain, and promote an ideal state of health. The general principle of Ayurveda is that each person has a particular constitution called a dosha, and that our particular constitution will respond to specific treatments and medicines while being aggravated or neutral to others if they do not resonate with our particular constitution. We got some company today. What's up, man? I don't know if you can see him. By appeasing natural constitutional forces and elements, they soon cease to aggravate and cause toxic problems. This is a holistic approach, as it views the entire organism as a whole structure and not a collection of symptoms or separate parts. Like treats like is the basic approach often known as homeopathy. The Western or clinical approach is more allopathic, meaning that opposites work. You have this, so we give you that. Allopathy is more focused on the symptom, symptomatic, and homeopathy is more focused on the origin and underlying causes. Both practices venture and borrow from the others, though each has a greater emphasis on its own particular view. My own intensive exploration in Ayurveda has yielded some tremendous insights and results. I find the best results are when they are conscientiously and strategically combined with modern Western medicine approaches. Modern medicine gives me marginal results, and so does Ayurveda, but when combining both together, they work miracles. Panchakarma. This is a mainstay of Ayurveda. It is the process of cleansing and detoxifying your constitution on a refined and thorough level. Through Panchakarma, your entire organism is flushed out on neurological and even attitudinal levels. This is highly recommended to seek the help of a trained and experienced Ayurvedic practitioner to do this. It can be quite intense, and if not done properly, can be counterproductive and unpleasant. I highly recommend this process in the beginning, about 30 days into your recovery. Repeat it in the middle, about 120 days in, and again in the long term, about 8 months in, and ongoing. It can be instrumental in the early stages and for the long-term sustaining of sobriety and overall health. Panchakarma is usually performed 1 or 2 times per year under regular circumstances. It is like rapid detox for the body, mind, and spirit. East-West hybrid. My own wellness formula is a 70-30 split. 70% Eastern approach and application combined with 30% Western. If I get a shot of corticosteroid in my knee or shoulder due to some pain and inflammation, I get excellent results. Restored mobility and pain reduction or elimination. But in a short time, the trouble reappears. However, when I take advantage of the reduced pain and restored mobility from the cortisone to do my asanas, meditation and breathing, and then enhance this with the right homeopathic herbs and diet, I get long-term results and sometimes even cure the problem altogether. I can honestly say that I am alive and recovering from my aforementioned near-death injuries totally due to this combined East-West approach. When it comes to addictions, the Western approach may include medicines, counseling, coaching, and therapy, and the Eastern would include herbal medicines, yoga with asanas, and meditation. And the hybrid would be these two fused together. Weekly visits with a counselor, multiple weekly sessions of meditation, asanas, breathing, and conventional exercising. Counseling and coaching could include the development of a personal or spiritual philosophy. This book has given extensive insights and strategies of Western approaches subtly infused with Eastern perspectives. The longevity of my growth and recovery progress is mainly due to the ongoing, consistent features of my Eastern lifestyle. I meditate each and every day. I have frequent and consistent exercise of practicing yoga, and I supplement with herbs and sustain an adequately healthy vegetarian diet. If I have a headache, I take an ibuprofen. If I struggle to think or I feel less agile, I enhance my yoga and my meditation. I play tennis, work out, hike, run to stay fit, take medicines to treat illness, and meditate to be peaceful. Being aware, conscious, and in the moment of my activities, and occasionally meditating and acknowledging the joy, peace, and thrill I get from these other conventions, like sports, makes me grateful. These actions, like sports, are conventional and Western, but the aware part is meditative and Eastern, and the gratitude is emotional and spiritual. Commit and stay regular and frequent with your practices that work, both Eastern and Western. Without consistency, you cannot get results. Working out or jogging once a month is better than nothing, to be sure, but you cannot generate enough results for it to be observable or to counteract the amount of inertia in between. Every healthy practice must be done at least 2 times a week to get results. To learn more, I recommend studying some authentic Eastern texts.